All right. So, like we were talking about as we were just talking, and daughter went away. She has no mic. As we were just talking, we were talking kind of in general. We're starting to go into the sightings, and daughter has a lot of interesting information about sightings that she's going to start covering because there's been like a ton of sightings throughout history, and I'm kind of waiting for confirmation. Something's going on with Zoom. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there's daughter. There she is. Okay. So let's jump right into the sightings because we've talked about the lore and everything. So let's go on into the sighting part of it because I've never seen a mermaid. And I would like to, as she chugs her Pepsi Zero. Is it really Pepsi Zero? I'll let you be the judge.
Delicious.
By the way, let me just say this. I had to call daughter this week. And when you said that, it reminded me of this. We went to a restaurant through the week for dinner. And something was said, and the plate was hot, and they said caliente. And the lady that brought the plate looked at me, and she said, mucho caliente. And I was like, chained.
So weird.
Mucho caliente.
So before I get into the sightings, really, I just want to cover one quick thing here.
Sure. Are you going to put a disclaimer out?
No. While we're doing these creatures and cryptids series, I also kind of want to delve into, is there any scientific basis saying, okay, these could be real, or these are real, or we found this, or whatever. And so on the topic of mermaids, when I was looking for any kind of scientific basis, there's not like a clear yes, there's not a clear no. It's kind of like a maybe situation. And the reason for that is because literally 5% of our oceans have been explored. So there's like 95% of our oceans have not been explored.
Which really makes you wonder what could be down there. And why can't we get down there to explore it? We can go to the moon, we can go to space.
Yeah, why haven't we come up with a way to handle the pressure of
Right.
But even then, like, you're thinking if we can't get down there because it's so pressurized with all the weight of the water and everything, like, how are things alive down there?
Right. How do they handle? That's a whole nother topic. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
I wonder if there's like a secret organization down there, like the taco, the taco naughty or whatever it was. Maybe they have Nacho Belgrandes down there. They're just not caring. That's where the taco light went. It's not coming back. Yes, the sugar rush continues. I'm so sorry. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, Doug. I could just see some little guys in Taco Bell forms down there working.
I'm really glad I made my bed this morning. I don't know why that popped in my head.
Around and look. Whoops.
I'm really glad I made my bed. Anyway. So notable sightings and or encounters. This is going to be a segment that we're going to have. Like, this is kind of the layout of every show that we're going to do about creatures and cryptids, right? So we're going to go through the lore. We're going to look at any kind of scientific evidence, anything like that. We'll get notable sightings and or encounters, and then after that, if there's any film, documentary, anything that we can reference and share, and we'll do that too.
Yeah, and by the way, folks, if you have anything that you want us to look at on a series, please email that in.
Yeah,
we'll be glad. I mean, hey,
cranialdiarrhea@gmail.com. That is CHARANIALDIARRHEA@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Okay, so for mermaids, or you can comment. That's so much easier for everyone involved. You can just leave a comment on the video.
Start leaving a comment on the video.
Anyway, So notable sightings and or encounters. These are in no particular order. Literally the order I found them. Okay. So in 1967, a group of tourists were on a ferry in Canada and spotted a topless woman with silvery blonde hair on the beach. Okay. On inspection, they saw that she had the lower body of a fish and looked like she was eating a salmon. The city actually offered $25,000 reward for her capture or for someone to come forward with proof that it was a hoax, and no one has come forward.
I'm so sorry.
I know. She was like chilling up on the beach without, like, she's full on boobs out.
I just have
a little cannibalism.
I have this just image in my eye of some guy walking down the beach holding his adult beverage, maybe having a few too many and going, "Hey, babe, is that a fin?"
See, my mind doesn't even go to like seeing on the beach. My mind instantly goes to, why is she eating a fish, and is that cannibalism?
That is
where my mind went, right? Because if somebody saw me like chilling on the beach, if I didn't have any clothes on, eating like a baby arm or something, you know what I mean? Like,
what? Wait a minute, that's how. No.
What I'm saying is, like, the naked part would be not forefront in your mind. It would be, why are you eating a baby's arm?
Well, that's never going to happen. So.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, like, that's what it was like for, because like eating, like munching on a fish, and I'm like, but aren't you like part fish?
Certain things that dad never wants to hear, and that's his daughter said, "I was laying on the beach naked eating a baby arm."
No, I mean, if I hypothetically, would you be like, why is this bitch naked? Or would you be like, holy shit, why is she eating a human being? What would be red flag number one? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's just, wow. That's not a real good, that's not an analogy.
Like, I don't know where that came from. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's just move on. I'm taking my earphones out.
Yep. In 1943, Japanese soldiers were stationed in Indonesia and had some accounts of mer people. The village chief found himself face to face with one. It was roughly 4 foot 9 inches tall, pinkish skin, human looking, but it had spikes along its head and mouth like a carp. So that was in 19, but she was not eating a fish. No cannibalism there.
Is this was a punk rock mermaid?
Yeah, very metal. Yeah.
Really, just come out oh, rebel, yeah.
In 1998, in Kauai, I don't know if I'm saying that right, and I'm sorry if I'm not. Liker, who I don't know if I'm butchering your name, and I'm sorry about that too, was a diver. He was scuba diving with a group of tourists, and all of a sudden they began to scream and point in the water. When he looked, he first thought it was a naked woman swimming. She jumped out of the water and had the lower body of a fish. He later obtained a picture of her. I could not find this picture. Did you hear that?
I heard
someone in the house. It's like, oh my God.
I heard something and I saw you looking. I thought, oh Lord. My new granddaughter's cooking, so I wasn't sure what was going
on. In 2009, in Israel, about a dozen people near Kiryat Yam, Israel, anyway, said they saw a mermaid frolicking in the waves near the shores. This happened multiple times as people testified that they did see. This happened multiple times as people testified that they did see a mermaid. The Israeli government actually issued a $1 million reward for footage. That money is still up for grabs.
Wow. So if we went over there and like somebody was hired to put on like a mermaid bottom and we make a movie, we could get $1 million.
I have zero motivation to go to Israel.
I'm just saying.
I'm sure it's beautiful. I don't like to leave my house, let alone.
I was going to say, you barely leave your house, so much less.
I have to on Thursday.
Oh, hey.
For a team outing if I am not COVID positive.
So you're going
far, I'm not.
You're going to fake a fever. We're going to go ahead and get it on film right now.
No, I did when I told, like, sidebar, when I told my boss that I was like, hey, my husband has COVID or whatever, and she was like, you're not getting out of our team outing because it's totally something that I would do, and she knows it. And I was like, I'm not trying, like, this is a legitimate thing. Like, I'm not lying, just so we're clear. I'm not lying. Mm-hmm. He's got COVID. Mm-hmm. I have paperwork to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
So
in 2012, are you going to say something?
No, you said in 2012, so I stopped.
Yeah, what were you going to say?
I have no idea now. It's went out of my brain.
Cool. Okay.
This Zoom this doesn't work very well for us. We work better when we're together. But it's all
2012 Zimbabwe. A dam was being worked on, but was never finished because a mermaid kept scaring the workers. The resident workers vowed they would not return to the site because of the mermaid. So the government had to resort to bringing outside help in from neighboring countries. And the exact same thing happened to the new workers. To this day, that dam has not been finished.
Okay. I have this mental image in my head of this mermaid coming out with a broom on her approach going, hey, y'all get your damn bodies off my front lawn.
It's like the old Southern people. He's sitting on the broom in her hand. Get off my lawn. Yeah.
With the broom. That's wild. But, but I have to say, maybe that is the mermaids. Do they call them homes, nests, mermaid village? I don't know what you call it. Maybe they're just protecting their land or water or coral reef or whatever.
I don't know.
I'm kind of struggling here. Save me.
This one is about the Cayman. I don't know. I can't pronounce any of this shit. In 2008.
Boy, we are like professionals on this one. Neither one of us can pronounce this.
A group of friends were camping near a river when they heard loud splashing and loud banging noises. Upon further investigation, the group came upon a woman in the water. The woman appeared to be pale white with long black hair. Her skin had an opalescence that made her seem as if she were nearly glowing. The most shocking feature was seen when the woman turned to the group. She had red, glaring eyes. A woman ran to investigate the claims that the Cayman had been seen. She noted that the mermaid made a sorrowful cry. She is apparently known for pulling people underwater and trapping them with objects that they most desire.
Hey, here's a Porsche. What's a Porsche doing underwater? I don't know, but I'm going to go drive it. I mean, really? Hey, here's a Three Musketeer under the water. Come get this Three Musketeer. Oh, right.
It's a fresh out of the oven chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah, look at here. It's a cinnamon roll. Look.
Under the water with a chocolate chip cookie.
It's a double cheeseburger. Oh, that's just what I wanted. Let me jump in and get it.
The object that I most...
I can see the two guys going, wonder how that cheeseburger got under there. I don't know, Bob, but I'm fixing to go get it.
Wow, since I've had me a saltwater cheeseburger.
Yeah, I bet that thing's good. Got that extra salt on it. Mm-hmm.
So this one is in 1830 in Scotland. People were on the shore cutting seaweed. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if I wrote that down wrong or.
Hey, sounds like a Sunday afternoon outing. You want to go cut some seaweed one day?
So yeah, where we'll we're landlocked. I don't know how we would do that, but
Just go to Kroger and start cutting some seaweed. We're in their apartment cutting seaweed.
So people were on the shore cutting seaweed when they spotted a mermaid. They tried to catch her, were unsuccessful, and 2 boys were throwing rocks at this mermaid. One of the rocks struck her, and sometime later her body washed up on shore. She was dead. So like the leader guy of the town or village or whatever the fuck it was like, hey, we should give this mermaid proper burial because, you know, what we did was kind of messed up. So they gave her a proper burial roughly around where she washed up. But nowadays, no one knows where.
Wow.
The leader guy was like, yeah, it was kind of messed. Like, we probably shouldn't have done that.
Little Bobby, I told you not to do that.
Yeah. Boys will be boys.
But, well, I mean, because again, you got to think about this. These days, I think everything would be so much different because everybody has a camera in their hand at all times. I mean, yeah. and most of the time, and here's the thing that I have to wonder, because most of the time, and I'm not going to get into the social aspect of all this, but most of the time, certain age groups are always videoing themselves, everything they're doing. Look at me, I'm on a boat, I'm on a boat. You would think someone, somewhere, would have caught footage by now.
Look at me, I'm on a boat, I'm on a boat, I'm on a boat, I'm on a boat.
Look at me, oh, look at that UFO behind me. Look, there's a UFO behind me.
Yeah, but like if I'm a mermaid, and I don't want to be seen, right? Because I know what's going to happen if I'm seen, right? People are going to try to catch me, and they're going to try to cut me up into little pieces and figure out, you know, everything they're going to want to know everything there's to know. And the only way to do that is to dissect me. I'm staying away from people. I'm staying away from people. So I'm not coming to shore. I'm chilling out in the middle of the ocean where there are no people.
So do you think that's why there's not as many recent sightings? Because if you look at it, there's a ton of sightings out there, but there's not a lot of recent, you know, that.
No, and I think the other thing that we're going to have trouble with this series is that even if there are videos are so easily accessible, but they're also so easy to doctor.
Right.
That's going to be really difficult to determine what's real and what's not. And it's kind of going to have to be, I don't know, when we're talking about this shit or showing videos or whatever it is we're going to do here. I mean, we really.
Well, and that's one of the things we talked about, because remember, you sent me that one link to I guess I want to call it the docudrama.
Yeah. So it was like it was like Mermaids, the Body Found or whatever, that it was like this huge thing a couple years ago, and everybody was like, this is so real and blah, 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 blah. You know, it's got that mermaid that's like, oh, you know.
Yeah, and I could tell right away with the computer glitches that were going on. Like, no, that's not
real. And it's, you know,
I mean,
people looking to make money. Of course, I mean, this shit is interesting. So of course you're gonna.
I just don't see a mermaid coming up to a ship or a submarine like it's a Wendy's. Hey, where's my cheeseburger? This is my mermaid imitation.
Oh, okay. Well, mine's like, oh, I keep making that same noise. I don't know what that means.
Look, Megan Mermaid was a producer, and they were doing it for the camera. You know how the producers used to show them, like they would project them as like walking around like this, like they're looking through a lens. Maybe that's what the mermaid was doing to the submarine. They were going to use it in a shot.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Not really, but am I boring you? I'm so sorry.
Oh. So I have one more sighting.
Okay. Final sighting.
In 2014, in New Zealand, a crew of fishermen found the remains of what they feared was a murder victim, but it was actually, upon further review, not completely human. it did have the upper torso of a human. I wouldn't say of a human, but human-ish, right? So there were obvious differences, but and then it had the lower body of some sort of fish. I'm sure I could have found pictures if I really wanted to, but the unfortunate part of this is I'm not good enough on these videos to be able to put pictures or video up, with us, because I don't know how to do that. So
I was just trying to think in 2014, it seems like most folks had cell phones then, but I don't know if the cameras were like they are today. I'm for some reason, I'm wanting to say there were more flip phones, but I don't know. There may have been cameras. I don't know.
2014. No, I think I had an iPhone in 2014.
Did you?
I'm pretty sure I had an iPhone.
Maybe so. Maybe so. I don't know. But anyway, that's really interesting about the sightings. I just wondered, maybe we can combine the two. When we do the ghost hunt, maybe we can try to. I started to say your room was smoking. I saw smoke barreling up. Maybe we can try to sight a ghost mermaid.
How?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh, that's hilarious. You're so hilarious. Speaking of that, we do need to nail down a date. And folks, like we said before, we're actually going to go on a ghost hunt, I guess is what they call it. And I'm going to be the cameraman. So if the ghost gets like ticked, I'm like, well, I'm just here with the camera. It's not me.
I'm buying an EMF detector.
Are you really?
Yeah. Well, so it's actually for a Halloween costume because I'm going to go as Zach Bagans.
I'm going to go as a flashlight because I'm so bright.
So, but I was like, I need some sort of, and initially I thought it was, I have it saved on my wish list or whatever for Amazon. And I thought it was fake, but now that I'm looking at it, I don't think it's fake. I think it's real.
It probably is. Yeah, that's going to be fun. But this was really cool. This was a really cool start to this series because mermaids are something I guess I never really gave much thought to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I seen one on Gilligan's Island one time, maybe. I don't know. But the more you kind of dove into it, it was like there's a lot of lore and legend around this particular creature. I guess, would you call it a creature? What would you call?
I would classify it as a creature. I wouldn't classify it as a cryptid. I would definitely classify it as a creature.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. But so this is the first show in this series. And to be honest with you, I think these shows could really have a lot of follow-up if we get some folks in that have some expertise on them. So we may revisit some of these as we move on down the road. But I think
it might be a little difficult to find mermaid experts.
Captain Crunch. He would be.
Anyone who works for Disney.
Yeah. Hey, Pirates of the Caribbean, right? Captain Jack, whatever his name is. We'll find somebody. We'll try to find somebody, but that would be cool. Daughter, what else you have?
That's it. That's all I've got.
All right. Well, everyone, this was our first and probably final ever show on Zoom. Hopefully,
this has been rough.
It is. It really is because we're so used to working together in person. This has been really kind of a tough ask here, but I think we pulled it off well. And I think next time before the show, I will not have like 4 glasses of like sweet tea and be bouncing off walls. But I think it really was an interesting show, and I can't wait to get it out there. In closing, I would just like to say, remember, I'm mucho caliente.
Bye, y'all.